Hello, my friends in the Imaging Channel. Hey, I want everybody to go back in time and think of yourself as you're sitting at your desk or you're walking around with your iPhone in your hand and you're reading the articles about Sears. And as you're reading these articles about the collapse of Sears, and there was quite a few of them, I wrote a couple myself. As you're reading these articles, you're thinking to yourself of all the reasons why they failed. You agree with everything. You're saying things like, oh, they misjudged Amazon. Man, they kept trying to deliver the past to the future. Man, they went ahead and merged with Kmart. They should have merged with a software company. You figured it all out. You knew why they were collapsing. But then you come back into your own little Imaging Channel world, and guess what? Everything's perfect. And we don't need to change anything. And even though we see the threats zooming around all around us, we don't pay any attention to them. We're out there buying up dealers, and we're comparing it to the Danka days. We're comparing it to the 80s and the 90s. It's insanity. Back in the 80s and 90s, print was growing. We were actually moving from A4 products to A3 products. And today, we're going back to A4 products. Revenue's declining. Hardware costs are declining. Print's declining. So all this revenue we're buying, unlike in the 80s and 90s, it's declining. In the 80s and 90s, it was actually growing. You were buying something that was here, and the next day it was up to here. Well, guess what? Today we're buying something that's here, and the next day it's here, and the next day it's here, and next year it'll be way down here. Doesn't make any sense without diversification. I already did a video on it, and I'm not going to talk about it right now. The point of this video is to remember what you thought about when you read about Sears, and then apply those thoughts to the Imaging Channel. Because if the executives in the Imaging Channel don't stop making excuses why they should stay in yesterday, they're going to collapse like Sears. And the new innovators that come are going to figure it out because they're not going to give a flying crap about how it used to be. And they're going to build processes based on reality, not based on hopes of maintaining yesterday. And the reason that I stood on stage at that Lexmark Roadshow and said I declare the A4 revolution is because I believe that is delivering the future to the present. It's not about overselling A3, continuing to do it. It's not about making excuses based on our own personal needs, based on the needs of manufacturers, based on the needs of dealers, based on the needs of processes. We ought to start basing what we do on the end user. And when 85% of the end users can buy an A4, then we need to replace the A3 with an A4. And we need to figure out how to do it profitably. And all those that argue about we can't make any money selling A4, I already did a video, told you where the money is. The money is in taking the wasted spend on A3 and selling them a product that you might have diversified along with your A4. And if you haven't diversified into another product and you're in the Imaging Channel, well, you're probably not going to last very much longer anyway. So folks, quit arguing about why we should stay in yesterday. Because I don't really want to, I don't care. No one's going to give me an argument based on some manufacturer and based on some process as to why we should stay in yesterday. Because you know what? There's a lot of people on the borders that understand where the market's going, and they are coming. So, my warning to the Imaging Channel is this. Remember those thoughts. Remember what you were thinking about when you read about Sears. And apply that to our own industry, to the Imaging Channel. And go back and start looking to do things a little bit different. And quit trying to save yesterday. Because yesterday needs to go away. We've got to deliver the future to the present. The only way we're going to do that is to stop trying to save the past. I'll end my time with this. Status quo is the killer of all that will be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo.